Okay, so here's the story. I'm going to go over your checkpoint 2, and I want to make clear why I see things the way that I do. Okay, so the first thing is I didn't get Team A's thing until much later. Now, apparently there was some confusion. I should have had this in week 1, but apparently there's some confusion about what was being sent. And they said, look, I'd like to have our books at $199 and $299, and we're going to sell $200 worth. Okay. Because you don't know, and you even said in that, we don't know exactly what, so we're just going to say $200. Because you don't know, don't just say $200 because you're going to dig yourself a hole that you don't know what to do. I experienced this once where I walked into a particular job and the guy before me had guesstimated out of the thin blue what the projections were going to be, and then I came into that with those projections and ran into a massive deficit and was in all kinds of it was a lot of work just trying to dig out of that. So don't do that. Okay, so here's the story. Now, if you didn't know, at this point, we should have asked, well, what does $199 mean? What does $299 mean? Etc. So on Amazon, at $1.99, you're going to get 30% of the revenue. Okay, for each book. At $2.99, you're going to get 70%, or you can get 70% of the revenue for each book. So it changes things substantially. But even then, at $1.99 and $2.99, how many do you have to sell in order to get to $200? And you don't know that. So let's look at the second group, Team B, instead, because they had a little bit more together. So 10 books. So what they were saying is that their goal for the first half of the semester, the team goal is to generate sales of 10 purchases per book at $1.99. Okay, that makes sense. And they have 4 books to work with. So 10 times $1.99 at 30% of that is 10 times 59 cents, or $5.97 times 4, which equals $23.88. So the other thing is 10 times $2.99 at 70% is $2.09 per book, times 10 is $2.09 per book times 10 is 20, times 4 book is 83. They were a lot closer on the money for what they're saying, but we have to make sure that it's a $2.99. So I'm going to set them at $2.99 unless you tell me otherwise, because they're not all set there necessarily yet. Okay, so I think what you're doing here, this is incomplete. Okay, so we're going to get dinged for that because this is incomplete. You're not telling me what you're going to do. And this is very close, but we just need to make sure. So here's what I would say. My suggestion is that you do 25 books. You try to shoot for 25 books at $2.99, which means $209-ish, which brings you at just over $50 each for your thing. So roughly $100 from the class as the thing. Now, you're going to see why this makes sense in a little bit, but I'm going to ask you to, shoot for $50, not $80, and certainly not $200, because I want to show you why and what's working and what's not. Let's go over the rest of this. So the team goal is to publish a minimum of 3 blogs. This is Team B, and they've been doing that. They publish more than 3 blogs. They met their Monday deadlines consistently. William, Deandra, and Felicia are doing a great job. And, you guys started in Team B from scratch. You had nothing. And, I mean, you're rocking and rolling. I can see that. Okay, and you're going to see this in the results here, what's going on. So the next 4 weeks to feature one of each ebook's title. Now, remember, we also have, and I'm still working on editing of the past group, so I have 3 more teams that are 3 more ebooks that will come online shortly before, if I can get the other one edited well enough, because there's a lot of editing from this 4th one. So at any rate, you have more that you can do above and beyond, but nonetheless, you're on the right track. Okay, so that's your team goal. You review the blog submissions before posting, team communication. Okay, so 16 blog submissions as of 6/22/15. You guys are Team B. You're rocking and rolling. It looks great. It's consistent. It's clearly you're working something from nothing. You have gotten things rolling. Okay, so I'm very impressed with what you're doing in Team B. Team C. Okay, to average at least 75 visitors per day. Our goal is to average 110 at the Job Advantage and 120 on Social Media Advantage. Now, we're measuring with the analytics for leader shipment, and you showed me the analytics for that, but we don't have that. So we need to know, 1, how to get there, and 2, we got to get the analytics up on the Social Media Advantage and the Job Advantage. Our ultimate goal is to maximize traffic. Yeah. Don't tell me about maximize traffic. Be specific. Tell me what you're going to do and how you're going to get there. So the Yoast plugin that Matthew found, which was incredibly helpful, it was a nice find. What I want you to do is put that onto the other, and then show me what the statistics are and what's getting there. Okay, so I just said the same thing. Place the Yoast measure on this one. Also, on these two. That's not this two, that's these, D-H-E-S-E, these two, T-W-O. Okay, so Team Dig eBooks, okay, so your goals, you have, and you really have a very elaborate plan where as you're describing it, at one point I said, you said this, you said the challenge is convincing students to share posts without any formal authority or face-to-face interaction. So this is as if you're a project manager within an organization who has no formal power, but you have influence power because you need them to help you get done. This is influence. It's not power. There's a difference, and you need to exercise it somehow in order to get this done. Here I said be more specific, but that was before I read this page where you were specific. Now, you were telling me all the things you're going to do, and here on the side I said, what are our final goals? That's what I want to know, not just what we've done here, but what our final goals are going to be, and be specific about it. But you are being specific along the way, so I'm very happy to see what you're doing with that. Okay, so let me show you a different page. So here's Ambitious Inc. You have $2.99 per book for the 4 Job Advantage books. And then when you get to the Google, I mean, not Google, the social media books, they're at different prices, $3.99, and there's one at 99 cents because, well, I just thought it was kind of silly. But the others are at $3.99. So if you can sell any of these. But here's the thing, Social Media Advantage, Job Advantage, Team A, here's what you sold. You see that? That is May 11th through June 29th. You have not sold a single book yet. Now, it makes sense. You don't have any fresh content, and so the fresh content's not being populated or sent out or whatever else. So you have a real problem. Now, the good news is that you know where you are, and you don't have $200 that you're trying to sell. You're trying to sell $50. That's very different, okay? But I need to know, what your game plan is to do this. Now, here's Team B, Blog for Leadership book. So you had $2.99, $2.99, 99 cents, and 99 cents. So we want to make sure that those are at $2.99 if that's what you want, or if it's at $1.99, it's times 30 cents, and you have to increase the number of books sold. Or at $2.99, you have to you'll be about right. So you need to tell me what you want to do, and I can change the 99 cents into $2.99. But you actually have sold some things. This is what you've done. Okay, again, you started from scratch. There was nothing moving before this date, and then you walked in and started kicking butt, rocking and rolling. Okay. So you're doing something. So you sold about $12 because part of that was the 99 cent thing. So here's $9 US and $2.64 Canadian. So I'm roughly guesstimating that it's roughly $12 or so that you've sold. We'll have to figure that out. Okay, so I'm not sure what you're going to need to do here, but I'm thinking, and tell me if this is fair. The $50 version is probably what you should be shooting for. Let me scroll back up to here at the top. Okay, so if you are doing a $2.99, it's a 70% royalty. Here you'll be at about $83, and you should easily be able to accomplish the $50 if you stay on the track. You've already, let's subtract the $12 that you have. You have 7 more weeks to work on this, and you know what you're doing now, and you're actually moving along, and you're getting some momentum, so you should be able to do it. It's going to be harder for Team A to get momentum, even though they started with the thing in place. You have to be able to get that momentum, okay? And that momentum will come largely from Team C and D pushing that along with whatever Team A is doing. So I think the 50 figure is fair. If you don't think it's fair, talk to me. Let me know. I'm trying to make it easy for you. Instead of 80 or 200, I'm saying 50. Look, that way we'll have 100 from the whole class for the contribution, and we can move from there. So let me know if that's okay. Right now, so there was 20 points for this, and you got 15 out of 20 because you really didn't do all the things that I needed you to do to tell me what you're going to do. In Team A. In Team B, you kind of had it down, so you didn't have it exactly wired together, but you kind of had it. Team C and D, you guys are kicking butt and taking names with what you're doing. I mean, telling me how you're doing, what you're doing, checking things. Especially Team D has it. I mean, you guys, what you guys are doing. I mean, you're a model, okay? So keep going. 15 out of 25. This was not costly in terms of points, but it's costly in terms of not getting things done. So make sure Team A particularly has got to pick up the momentum and drive with this, okay? So that's where we are. Thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.